Hello makers and welcome back to Making with Miss Dobras. Alright, today we are going to make an origami pencil holder. And this project was inspired by the first grade classes, Miss Fremder, Miss Johnson's class, because they are doing a project where they have to build a most marvelous thing or a most magnificent thing. And if you've never read this book, The Most Magnificent Thing, I love this book. It's a lot about making. It's about making something amazing. And so I believe that the first graders are having to make something that they can use in their life, maybe something for their workspace. So I'm just throwing out another idea how we can incorporate origami into this. So this is made out of 6 units, right? And it is in the shape of a hexagon, and a hexagon is a 6-sided shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each unit is made out of origami. And this does not use origami paper, it just uses regular paper. But if you have colorful paper, that's great. If you just have white paper, you're going to have to decorate it. And look, the bottom, I used a little piece of some cereal box, cardboard, thin cardboard. I always use that. I love thin cardboard from cereal boxes. It's easy and it works great. And then you can put this in your space where you do your school or on your desk or on a table, and you can put all your stuff in it. Right, your markers, maybe some scissors in there. You can put all the things that you need. All right, let's get to it. Need to make some square paper, and you can do that using any paper. Now, you can use white paper, or if you have different colored paper, this is the time to bring out that colored paper. And I'll show you how to make a square with that, and you can just make a square with that. All right, so we're going to make 6 of these units, and this is going to take a while, okay? So you might just make 1 or 2 each day. It might take a whole week to make this, or you might do it all in one day. So first off, I'm just using regular paper, and I suggest using regular paper for this project instead of origami paper, but I am going to fold it into a square to start, okay? So by now I'm hoping that you're pretty good at this. Okay, now definitely save this because we're going to use this later, okay? So don't throw these scraps away. All right, so here's your square paper. And this time, instead of folding it diagonally in half, we're going to fold it in half, but horizontally. So we're going to match up those 2 corners, slide your finger back, slide each side nice and slow, and then you want to check your work. Is it okay? Now this is not origami paper, it's thicker paper, so you may want to use the edge of a scissor or something to flatten it out, or just your fingers work fine. All right? So then, once you see this middle line, I'm going to draw a pencil line right there. And you don't have to do that, but I'm hoping that you can see that middle line, because we need to see that. We're going to take this edge and fold it over to that middle line. Again, I'm pushing my finger out from the middle, out to each side. And then we're going to do it on the other side. And this side's a little easier because we're matching up with the other one. You don't want to go over it. You want to match right up to the edge, okay? Now, if you're doing this with an adult, if you're an adult, then help them with the fold, but have your kid push down on the folds, okay? Have them crease out those folds, okay? All right, so here we have it. Now, we have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to fold each corner in to the first line. So this bottom edge right here, we're going to go to this first line right there. Okay? We're going to do the same thing on this side. This bottom edge is going to go to this first crease, or this first fold. And we're going to do it on the top as well. So what we're doing is we're folding all 4 corners in. We're folding the edge to that first line, okay? And then when you're done, you're going to fold it over. And again, you're going to have to go over your folds. And if it doesn't fold perfectly, you're just going to have to refold it and go over those folds, okay? So I recommend using the soft side of your scissors to go over those folds, all right? So you should have 2 cutouts right here. Those are called cutouts. And those should be both triangles. All right, so now we're going to flip it over, and we are going to fold it in half. So we're going to match up those corners, We're going to push here, and it's going to probably get harder to fold because it's getting thicker. As you're folding it and folding it, it's getting thicker and thicker, and so it gets harder. And the reason we folded it over is we want this line in the middle. We're going to take this edge and fold it to that middle line right there. And again, it gets a little harder to fold, okay? So you really have to tell that paper with your fingers where you want to tell it where to go. And you want to use your fingers to tell it where to go, okay? Because as it gets thicker, it gets harder. But luckily, we're almost done with our folds. So if you did it correct, you should see a square now. Those two triangles meet together, and there's a square. One of the things I love about origami is if you're observant and you look a lot, you see lots of shapes. See, there's 4 triangles, and then there's a square in the middle made out of 2 triangles. So if you can really be a good observer and look for those shapes, it's going to help you a lot. Now here's the fun part. We need to pick one color to go in one of these sides. So this is where you take some of your pieces of paper that you were saving, some people would throw it away, and you're going to put it inside there. But we have to cut it down. So we're going to kind of find a piece that fits in. And then we're going to test it. We're going to slide it right in there. Now, I can tell already this is a little bit too long, so I'm going to just trim it down. So you're going to probably have to trim it down. And then this is a little pocket right here, almost like an envelope. And you just slide it right in there. You don't even have to glue it. If you really want to, I guess you could put a little glue on it, but you don't have to. It's fine like that. And then here's the fun part. So you take this, and you have the one side with a color in it and one side without, and you put the corners into each other. You're going to slide these 2 corners in right here, and then you're just going to gently, you see how I'm holding it on all the corners? You're just going to push it together. See how cool that is? Just goes together like a puzzle piece. Isn't that neat? Now you have an orange square in there, and you have a triangle, right? So I'm going to go over, I'm just going to pinch these little folds together so they're nice and crisp, nice clean folds, and yours should look like that, okay? So next step, you have to make 6 of these, and it's way more fun if you make them in different colors, but you can make them in any color you want. You can make them all the same. All right, we have 6. So now we are going to glue these together. Now I'm going to use a glue stick, but if you have a hot glue gun and you have someone who can supervise and help with that, you can use that as well. All right, so this is what it's going to look like after we glue it. And this is going to be your pencil holder. And this is a hexagon. It's a 6-sided shape, and that's why we had to make 6 units. Notice I'm doing a radial symmetry design. I'm putting red on one side, red on the other. I'm doing, oh, let's see. Let me fix this. I'm putting green opposite of each other. And then I only had 1 yellow and 1 purple. But you can do whatever design you want, okay? So let's glue it together. All right, so here we have it. I would not use Elmer's glue, liquid glue on a project like this because it can get the paper really wet. But you can also, once you glue it, you can put some clips on it to hold it. All right, so here is my hexagon. Remember, a hexagon is a 6-sided shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 sides. Hex refers to 6. All right, so here we have our hexagon made out of origami. It looks cool just as it is. But if you want to turn this into a pencil holder, then you need to cut out a little piece of cardboard. This is from a cereal box, but you could make it out of any kind of cardboard, any kind of base that you want. But you basically want something so that when you put your pencils in, right, they don't go through. I love cereal boxes because, right, it's easy and it works. So let's So you can use some glue stick around the edge, or you could use some Elmer's glue, but that would have to dry. Or if you happen to have a hot glue at home and you have an adult that can help with that, probably use a little hot glue. But I'm just using a glue stick, all right? But I'm going to put it down. All right. Yes. Now I have something to put my pencils in. Let's see, I could even put my scissors in. I can put my Sharpie in. Oh yeah. Put some. So here is our awesome origami pencil holder. And you can put all kinds of stuff in it. And it looks great. Yeah, it looks really great. So you can put this on your desk and you can use it for school. Okay, have fun. I think you're going to enjoy this one. It takes a long time, right? You're not going to just do it in 5 minutes. This is a project that takes time. And so take your time and do a little bit each day. And then when you're done, you're going to have something really nice. Okay? That's all for now. Bye, guys. Yeah.